1st January 1897. Disorderly houses in Manchester. The allegations against Superintendent Bannister. At the City Police Court, Manchester, William Taylor was recently charged with keeping and assisting in the keeping of certain disorderly houses, viz. Number 8 and 10, Shapley Street, Manchester, and a beerhouse called the Rose and Crown, situated in the same street. The case has excited considerable interest in Manchester, owing to certain allegations against ex-Superintendent Bannister of the Manchester City Force, who, it was suggested, was interested in the houses in question, and had withheld the warrant for Taylor's arrest, thus for a time allowing the accused to evade the law. In connection with the case, a woman was some weeks ago sentenced for assisting in the management of the houses 8 and 10, Shapley Street, and since that time Mr. Bannister has resigned his position in the force as the result of the Watch Committee's investigation into the allegations against him. Taylor was eventually arrested by Chief Detective Carmalder and other officers at Birkenhead. Chief Detective Inspector Carmalder gave evidence of the arrest and said that subsequently the accused made a statement to the effect that as the result of a letter he wrote to a man named Ike Higgins, that person and Mr. Bannister met him in front of the St. George's Hall, Liverpool. They had dinner together at a restaurant. Bannister told him there was a warrant out for his apprehension and advised him to go to Manchester and surrender. PC William Asher said the reason he did not report the houses was because he knew Superintendent Bannister was there regularly, and that consequently it was no use reporting the matter. Taylor lived at the Rose and Crown Beerhouse near to 8 and 10 Shapley Street, and witnesses had seen Mr. Bannister and a woman named Julia Davies go into the beerhouse. He had seen the prisoner take women of loose character into the beerhouse, where he, the prisoner, had what was called a special bedroom. Evidence of a similar character, and descriptive of the conduct of the houses, was given by other police officers, and it was stated that Taylor and Bannister were on intimate terms. Several unfortunate also gave evidence. Mr. Evans, on behalf of Taylor, said there was no evidence on which the court could properly act. The charge was keeping a disorderly house on the 20th of November. The only direct evidence that the house was used as a house of accommodation was that of the women, but it related to dates, one of which was 6 months ago, and the other last New Year. As to the whole of the other evidence about women going to the house, he contended that upon it, the justices could not properly come to any other conclusion than that they went there for the purpose of refreshment. The chairman, upon the return of the magistrates to court, addressed Taylor in the following terms: "We have very carefully considered the evidence in this case, and we have come to the unanimous conclusion that this beerhouse was used as a brothel, and we shall fine you £20 and costs and cancel the licence. Now you were charged and tried on Monday for keeping the notorious brothels at 8 and 10, Shapley Street." I've had a long experience at this court, and I've rarely heard more revolting evidence than that which shows that you were permitted in the very centre of this city, under the shadow of this court, to keep those 2 brothels without in any way being prosecuted or interfered with. You did it in the light of day. You conversed freely with the police, and even dared the officers to touch you. All this points to the fact that you must have been sheltered by some superior power, and at every step in the evidence that was given on Monday, the name of Superintendent Bannister was brought forward. He was proved by his own sergeant to have been drinking with prostitutes in your house, and that he shook hands with them when he left. He was proved to have gone frequently both to 8 and 10, Shapley Street, with that notorious woman, Julia Davies. He was proved also to have ordered raids to be made on other brothels, because the brothel he was interested in was being robbed of their houses originally, and that they were left by that notorious prostitute Sarah Wilson, who cohabited with you until she died. She left this property to you as a trustee on behalf of the D Division. It is a marvel to me how such a state of things could have gone on. But eventually the police themselves, yes, the police themselves, spoke at the raid and fined. We say the honest part of the police rose against the dishonour of the police, and finally they themselves raided these houses, and brought you and your good servant before us. I am very thankful indeed that the law has been vindicated, and that you are brought here now to be punished. The sentence of this court is that you be imprisoned and kept to hard labour in the jail of this city for 6 calendar months. The decision of the bench was received with cries of "Hear, hear,"